CLC might be one of the most underrated and unluckiest groups in the history of K-pop. Unluckiest why? Because of their company Cube. While Cube is excellent at finding and cultivating talent, but it is absolutely garbage at capitalizing on that talent efficiently. Their mismanagement is evident from B2B, their essential money makers, who had the longest music show winless streak in the industry, while Pentagon still hasn't won any awards. And CLC also had an awardless streak for 4 years. I think CLC are a solid group of dancers, vocals, and visuals. I find their choreography very addicting and they have such diversity in their discography. CLC could be huge, and by now this should have been. But Cube is full of stupid, dumbhead people who just don't know how to promote a group right. CLC debuted 5 years ago, and it took CLC 4 years to win their first award, which is kind of sad if you think about it. In 2015, Cube chose to debut CLC with a cute girl group concept to show the public that they are a diverse company, as another girl group 4 Minute had the girl crush concept. This obviously didn't work out for CLC. When CLC debuted, the members went almost a whole year with no work. In fact, one of the members posted a letter expressing her feelings, stating how she wanted more opportunities but didn't get any. In 2017, 4 Minute or Yana and Friends disbanded, and Son presented a PowerPoint to convince Cube of giving CLC a different concept than their cute ones. That's when Cube gave CLC Hobgoblin, which was their first ever hit. CLC was starting to establish a stable fan base with Hobgoblin, till Cube bombed them with an anticlimactic comeback, Where Are You? And CLC were back to square one. This comeback flopped. I think the worst thing Cube did was not giving CLC a strong follow-up to Hobgoblin. Being an experimental group with the back and forth changes in concept or style can be a hit or a miss, as the public quickly loses sight of what the group is about. Originally debuting with the bright and cute vibes with Pepe, Hobgoblin was a risky choice with its darker and edgier concept and vibe. Then, somewhere along the way, Q was like, no, mission abort, and released an airbrushed ballad, Where Are You? And then changed back again to a more mature, fashionista oriented style with black dress. Cube should have anticipated that CLC at the time lacked a loyal fan base that would have listened and bought their music irrespective of the concept. In fact, I can only think of SNSD and Red Velvet, who can have a 180-degree concept change and still manage to be successful because they have huge loyal fandoms globally. On top of that, it didn't help that Cube is shit at promotions. The only promotion CLC ever got was performing on music shows. No variety shows whatsoever. You can imagine how bad things were going when their own artist Son had to put efforts to promote her own damn group.
I have my schedule promoting CLC by myself here in Thailand.
Also, CLC hasn't had a concert or even a tour since they debuted, which is such a shame. In fact, Son has even spoken about how she is willing to take the members with her own money and that the members are willing to buy tickets to US out of their own pockets. CLC have a better chance at becoming big internationally. Cube, however, does not know how to capitalize on CLC's international popularity. Both of CLC's digital singles, Me, and Devil were horribly promoted. They weren't added to iTunes US, which was a huge lapse of judgment on their part, as a majority of CLC's popularity is international. The fact that Cube didn't even care enough to put their music on American platforms reflects badly on them. Fans told Son about the iTunes issue, she talked to Cube, but they ignored her and finally released the song on US iTunes this year. And the songs immediately topped iTunes charts upon release, obviously. Also, to this day, me solo teasers are not up on YouTube. I don't know what the fuck happened with that. Speaking of what the fuck happened, CLC was supposed to release a mini album in summer after me. This did not happen and instead Devil was released in September. Now, a lot of you might not know this, but Cube released another girl group after CLC. And no, I am not talking about Idol. I am talking about a ballad girl group called A Train to Autumn. Cube released their debut single, That Season You Were In, for the group and promoted it on music shows without even introducing the members, making this debut very fuzzy and unremarkable. So, history repeating itself, I already feel terrible for these girls. Also, I want to ask you why? You, sir, cannot manage the two girl groups you have in the hands properly. Why are you so ambitious? So, what is happening now? When it comes to CLC, it's most important to realize that 2019 has been such a success for CLC. It's easy to compare their success to other groups, but they have accomplished a lot and did what they intended to do from the start. They had 2 wins with No, 3 comebacks in a year, first fan meeting in Hong Kong. Notably, they are the least credited Cube group to the date, but are showing interest in the artistry and will hopefully fulfill the ambitions of the agency. CLC were unfortunate victims of the second gen artists leaving the company and after issues with changing of the CEOs. Also, the way Cube handled the whole Hyuna and Edon dating situation was a whole mess, which brought a lot of negative attention, with fans going as far as to boycotting every artist from Cube. Has Cube made some poor decisions? Yes. CLC's first few years were totally mismanaged along with poor timing, which pretty much wasted their early potential. But has Cube given up on them? No. Cube gave CLC 3 good comebacks last year. I think Cube is improving, and if they had given up on CLC, they would have dungeoned them indefinitely until their contracts expired or just cut their losses and disbanded them prematurely. What Cube really needs to do now is invest some of their money in better marketing team. So yeah, that's it for the video guys. If you like this video, please like, share and subscribe. I also wish CLC girls all the very best. They really deserve it and I hope that we get a full comeback album in 2020.